It's Kelly here again from Kel's Aquariums. Bit of a look at this tank, but not really a look at the tank. It's the engine room what has changed. So I'm just going to come over here. So, the engine room. So, I've got two cupboards. This one has got an E-Arm Professional 4 on it. 350 I think it is. So that's just running and that's going through a heater, inline heater. You might be able to hear loads of air coming out of my new filters that I've plumbed in. There's still a bit of air trapped in them. So that one's running, that one putting the heated water back in, and it's full of biological media. But what I've actually been doing today is in the other one, which is here. So as you can see, that's real busy now. Until yesterday, oh sorry, until today, there was only this second E-Arm Professional 4 350, and it had a CO2 mixer in line. I found that it just wasn't mixing very well. This is still a bit noisy. They say the actual, I've put a big mixer in like I've used before. There's still a bit of air at the top. You know, it's just having a, it'll get bedded in. But as it looks busy in here now, doesn't it? I've even had to plumb some more electric in. So, plumbing electric, that even makes sense. So, I have added a JBL Crystal Profi 901 to run the CO2, which as you can see is just bubbling away down there. And I always didn't like this system. I'm going to try and get a shot. I'm going to bring this light a bit closer, see if it's any better. So basically, CO2 gets pumped in to the top here. Well, you can maybe see it from there. So that black line puts the CO2 in. It then gets mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed, and it keeps going down, and then once it's, you know, it's sucking from the bottom, so it gets a lot of chance to mix in here, because it's about a foot long, and then some. No, it's a foot long, and then they go into there. I've had some interest though. These E-Arm double taps, of which I have many, you know, like up here. As you can see, there's loads of E-Arms, because priming through one of these is generally a nightmare. So I've got loads of E-Arm double taps. I've only got two with the actual screw piece on, and I've got about 1,000 with the bit what goes in. Don't know why, must have broke them as well. I had a video a while back of me talking about breaking so many of these E-Arm taps, but I didn't think I'd ever broke any of the little ones. So what I've done is I've built like just a little bridge, so when I need to prime it, I just disconnect these and just bridge them two together like so, and then that's just a straight pipe back up into the business. So yeah, as you can see, hopefully see, there's loads, but I'd say there was a lot of air in there as well because it's only just gone in. It's mixing like a beast. Now there is still bubbles in my tank. This will probably subside. I say I've used this before and I had the same when I very first used it. It's twofold really. You've got a bit of air trapped in this beast, and I've got a lot of air trapped in that because I ain't got that fully rigged up as a filter. There's an empty tray at the bottom, fully empty. Then there's just trays, then there's two more trays of sponge above it, and then the top one, which is like a pre-filter. So there's just a couple of sponges in just to stop any muck going into the actual intake and clogging up the place. So yeah, my engine room's just got really big, and I've got 3 filters running on this 245 litre tank now. Seems heavy, doesn't it? But I also changed out the tons tear bell for the smaller Hydro Corellia, just because, you know, I've added another filter what puts 900 litres an hour in. Well, we say 900. Let's not mess about. That's best case scenario if the tank was like here. So pumping up there, it's probably about 500. So I've put 500 in, and then I've put a 900 Hydro Corellia in instead of a 16 or 1800 tons in. So I'm going to go up and show you all the craziness in the tank now. So the word of the day is busy. Come round here. So as you can see, I've got 2 intakes. One's slightly higher than the other because I'm trying not for the one what's going through the CO2 to pull much muck in. So I'm putting it a bit higher. It has got a bit of a shrimp casing on it. So then I've got the outflow from the main filter and the high door, and then you can just see beyond that there's another pipe. As I say, there's a lot of bubbles, but that'll calm. And there's just a little outflow which is putting the CO2 in. So it's not too bad. I say they are absolutely tiny bubbles. But that's just because the thing is, as much because I've changed the I've had to redo the piping on both filters. Both filters are pumping in bubbles every now and again. I get a big and you just hear bubbles coming in. So I'm not sure it's all CO2. What are the bubbles? But I'm still putting quite a lot in. I'm just testing it. I've got two drop checkers. That one's just turning green. That one's so green. It loves it. Look, you can see how green that is. That's lovely and green. And this one's getting there. Try and show you. It's just starting to have a proper turn. It's still a bit bluey, but it's going. I was trying to take a decent shot, but okay. There's all my new boys. I've just bought loads of new fish. I'm going. Next video will be a bit of a look at them. But yeah, other than that, everything seems tight and right. So, engine room.